Guys, we've reached Manesar McDonald's. This is my friend Srinivas Ganesh.
Hello everyone, good morning.
Shri, will you tell us something about yourself, please?
I am a video editor by profession and a cartoonist by hobby.
You're also a former model. Don't be modest.
Well, not complaining, but yeah.
So, Shri, what do you ride, man?
So I have an Interceptor 650 Baker Express.
Beautiful looking bike.
Beautiful looking. And I've owned this since March. I mean, I got this just before the lockdown, so lucky me.
And what about before this?
Well, my very first motorcycle was 8 years back. I had a Royal Enfield Classic 350. And after riding that about for 8 years, I don't know what happened. I decided to get a Harley Davidson Fat Boy. That's
Nice.
1500cc.
Nice.
But then eventually that had to go to make way for this one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, why is that? Why did you sell the Harley and get this? Like, I don't know how people will digest this thing, but you have to tell us.
Well, yeah, it was time to let that go because it was very hard on your pockets. On my pocket, not your pocket. You must be
No.
not complaining. But yeah, it was time to let go. Good things don't last, like they say, right? But this is best.
Okay, we'll talk about the Interceptor in a bit. I first want your first impressions, your initial impressions. You just rode this motorcycle from Vasant Kunj to here, 40 odd kilometers. What do you think?
40 minutes. But yeah, honest opinion, first opinion, this bike is designed for comfort. It's not meant to be ridden fast, but very little thing, it has a heel shifter right here. That makes your life so much easier. For those people who have a little OCD of not getting their shoes dirty.
Yeah,
this is
white
for
shoes, man, white sneakers.
So that's for me. But yeah, I rode this about for 35-40 minutes and it's pretty good. It's pretty stable, doesn't vibrate at all unless you're going at 100 or 90. But it just, even then, it just a smidge. And the seat, I mean, I'm a pretty tall guy.
How tall are you, man?
6'2", but it feels comfortable. It really does feel comfortable.
Yeah, let's get a good idea. Let's get a good look at you on the bike.
The handlebars are just positioned correctly. And also, the initial thing that I noticed when I sat on this motorcycle was the foot pegs are not on your way, like that one.
Yeah, man, that's a bitch.
I'm tall. I don't complain in that either. But sometimes it does end up scratching your shins.
Yeah.
Which is not that good.
What else did you like about the bike?
The controls. Starting off, it has a clock in it. That's my number one feature, if I'm to give my honest opinion. And it has all sorts of other modes in it, like not modes, but you can explore it. It gives you an average, it gives you a range, which is very important.
So these are not, what I feel is these are not essential, but these are nice to have, right?
It's nice to have. Not essential, but nice to have. Makes your life much more smoother.
Yeah.
You don't have to constantly worry that how much kilometer till you hit reserve, like on that one.
What about the mirrors on this? Were you able to get good visibility because the stock seems a little short?
Okay, the stock does seem a little short, but yeah, slightly bigger would have been better. Slightly bigger.
Okay.
They do seem to wobble once you hit 90 kilometers speed,
Okay.
but not that much because like I said, I've ridden 350 Enfield before, so not complaining.
So it wouldn't be fair if we compare this motorcycle which came out in 2020 to the classic 350 platform, which is at least 10 years old, maybe more. But we're still gonna do that. You've ridden that motorcycle for 8 years, right?
Right.
What made you buy a classic 350? First tell me this. Let's try and understand the psyche of a classic 350 owner.
Because it's a Royal Enfield. It's a cult here. I mean, cult is a bad word, but it's a pretty good feel-good factor that you have to own a Royal Enfield. Like it's the best in the country, and so many others as well. So that made me gravitate towards Royal Enfield in the very first place. Because if I had to buy a first motorcycle, it has to be Royal Enfield. I mean,
Well, that's good to know.
That's just my opinion.
What do you think? And does this evoke any of those feelings, this motorcycle?
It does, because on every level it's rather smoother than a Royal Enfield. It's rather smoother because in that one you constantly have to think in your head that if you're going fast, you have to like brake really far ahead, and plus it doesn't go at fast in the first place. But this one it just doesn't make you fear or feel anything besides comfort.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, what do you think of the grips, etc.? Because we won't talk about power and all of that right now. Just in terms of comfort, you were riding it. Did you notice them?
I didn't notice them at all, which means it's a good thing.
Exactly. If you don't notice something, that means it's working.
Now that you brought it to my attention, yeah, the grips do seem pretty nice and comfy. Yeah. I mean, good point. Yeah.
And what about the seat? Do you find it to be soft, intermediate, hard? How do you find it to be?
I would say intermediate, which is good for longer rides as well.
True.
It's good for longer rides, but then yeah, intermediate is the one. Plus, I was too tempted to go back because I can. But I thought I shouldn't do any stunts while in the traffic, so yeah. But if the seat feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, a passenger backrest would have been nice, but I'm sure that comes as an accessory as well.
Yeah, that'll come as an accessory. Somebody will make it. Okay, now you were riding at about 70-80 on the highway, right? Not more than that. You want to talk a bit about that? You first rode about 5 kilometers in the city, the Mahipalpur stretch. How did the bike feel in the city?
Felt comfortable because you don't notice, like, of course it takes a little time in getting used to the wheel shift. But yeah, I'm not complaining. The bike in the traffic also performed as smoothly as it did on the highway.
Okay, and you were sticking to 70-80 on the highway.
I was.
But then you ride at 70-80 mostly, don't you?
I do. But then yeah, even at that speed, it was like beautiful. It was very smooth. I'm using the word smooth and comfortable a lot because it is.
That is what it evokes, right? So when I was riding it, even I just kept on saying, very nice bike, because that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Right. It's a nice bike. It's a nice bike.
Okay, now.
Plus, sorry.
Yeah, please go on.
The exhaust makes a sweet thumping noise, which is just music to your ears. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. You have to hear it to fall in love with it, but then, yeah, I just couldn't stop myself by saying that thing.
Anything else that you'd like to mention about this motorcycle before I start asking specific questions?
Not really. Go ahead. Sure.
Okay, what about the gear shift? Did it feel smooth?
It felt smooth.
Very smooth. What about the clutch?
Oh, the clutch feels very, very lighter than this, I would say. And this is a 650.
This is a very good clutch.
This is a very good clutch. This feels lighter than that one. So, good thing for that.
What about braking?
Braking, the rear brake is rather strong because I think it's a new bike. But yeah, it feels spot on.
I feel the Interceptor has one of the best brakes in the segment. Like the brakes on the Interceptor are better than the brakes on the Street Twin.
Really? I haven't done a Street Twin, but...
Oh, you didn't ride my bike?
I didn't.
Oh,
Not yet.
okay.
Not yet.
Well, I sold it, so...
That's okay. But yeah, the braking in this one does feel pretty damn good, but... value for money is what I would say.
Yeah.
Here too, but then...
Okay. Now, yeah, tell me.
Just talking about accessory, a leg guard would be very nice.
I think Honda will come up with it soon, and aftermarket people have already started working on it.
Because at the end of the day, if you're on a long ride, it doesn't really hurt to stretch your legs once in a while. Even though the rider triangle in this one is pretty solid, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's very relaxed.
It's very relaxed, very laid back. So, but yeah, still, having that thing is pretty nice.
How would you compare talk about the rider triangle on this motorcycle, your Interceptor?
For me, it's specific to me because
you're fairly tall. You don't fit the the general demography.
I don't fit the general because after like about 2 hours on the highway, the blood circulation just goes off in my legs, so I need to do this. And plus, if I just cross
the perils of being tall.
Exactly. Who knew?
Okay, now Srini, you were talking about the seat, the Interceptor seat. You just did a long ride, didn't you?
I did. I went to Badrinath and I came back. But yeah, it's a stock seat. I haven't changed it yet. But after about 2 hours or 1.5, it just becomes a knife and a blade which is just cutting in your bums all the time, and you feel the need to fidget around.
Right.
Because at one point I was actually riding like this.
Oh wow, that's not good. That is not good.
So that I'm actually relaxed at one side and then on one side.
Oh god, that's not good.
But I do need to get a touring seat.
Um,
That's one thing that I'll get it right away.
The Interceptor is a beautiful motorcycle. It's actually, I believe, now I'm going to give you my perspective. I believe the Interceptor is a better looking motorcycle than the Honda. Because it's a true blue retro and I'm more inclined towards that. Now again, that's a very subjective thing. That's my opinion. What do you think? Which motorcycle would you pick just on the basis of how they look?
I would pick Interceptor because
Could you elaborate on that? You're an artist, so you know we want to know your
appeals to
opinion.
me more. I mean, the twin exhausts, the forward positioning, the cafe racer look, that just appeals to me more. That one is targeted more towards the general audience, I would say, but it's still a very good looking motorcycle. A few customizations here and there, and then I would buy that.
What would you customize on the bike if you had to?
Handlebar mirrors for sure, bar and mirrors
Okay.
for sure, and good foot pegs, like, because yeah, I did ride a Harley once, so even a fatter these one would be like
So something slightly wider, you mean?
something slightly wider than that would be really good for me. Again, pillion cushion backrest for pillion.
Okay.
But apart from that, I don't think anything else, because it does have an LED headlight,
Yeah.
so I don't get change that one also. It's pretty good.
Okay, Shri, tell me this. This is a fairly powerful engine. Okay, this would not feel underpowered anywhere in the world.
Right.
Switching from this, because you've just been riding this, to this, how did it feel? The difference in power?
Feels okay. I won't say extremely slow, but it does accelerate on the slower side. Because when you're going from third to fourth, you need to be really accelerating long, and it doesn't have a rev meters for you to calculate that. Yeah, not meant for racing. It's a smooth and comfortable motorcycle.
That's nice. That is nice. Okay. On the Interceptor, what do you miss on the Interceptor? Something that you think that Royal Enfield could have improved upon.
A USB, because you're always on the go, and if your phone is dying, and in these times and ages, you need your phone. And
Right.
more like, if that's not the case, but at least some place to store anything would have been really nice,
Right.
because it doesn't have a storage thing,
Yeah.
so that would have been nice. I mean, yeah, apart from those two, I don't think I miss anything.
And what kind of fuel economy does your motorcycle return?
I think about 26 or 27, that's it.
You were telling me that on a tank full of gas, how many kilometers do you get out of it?
It gets about 200 before it starts to blink,
Okay.
which could have been better, but then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're on a highway, it starts to blink at about 220.
All right. All right. Okay, Srini, the people who are watching this video, this is not a direct comparison, okay? These motorcycles don't compete with each other. They do not.
Same thing at all.
It's a slightly more expensive motorcycle. There's a difference of about 1 lakh. Okay, this is 2.18. How much did you get this on road?
This is 3,08,000.
3,08,000. So about 90,000 rupees of difference. Okay.
Right.
All right. So these motorcycles, they're not in the same engine category. It's a parallel twin. It's a 650. This is a 350 single. But now, I think a person who has about 2.5 lakh rupees or 2.6 lakh rupees to spend, that person could be tempted to go either way.
True.
Because these are both premium looking retro style motorcycles. This is a true blue retro. This is a neo retro styling. So you think a person can get confused over there?
He can. But then again, it's completely up to that individual, I would say. It's completely up to him. I mean, nobody can influence him. But yeah, I mean, few more buck if he adds to his money, then he can get this one. If not, he can get this one. which
So-
is equally good.
I'm gonna throw this question to you. You have 2.6 lakhs rupees cash, okay? What would you do? Would you wait 3-4 months, save up, or take a bigger EMI right now, get this, the Interceptor, or you would save that money and get the Honda? What would you do?
I would definitely go towards this one. Not saying because of the video, but genuinely that's my
We don't care about that. We don't care about, appeasing everybody.
No, but that's just generally my opinion. If I had that much in cash, I would rather get this one because this is good. And plus, I know that I can make that much money in that much time, so I can rather invest in some accessories on this one.
Okay.
So gives me more value for money on this one.
Okay. I'm on the other side of the fence. If I had that kind of money, 2.6, I would have probably saved up and gotten the Interceptor, because I feel that the Interceptor is just a better motorcycle to ride. It has better power, it has more torque, it's equally comfortable in the city, slightly less, but I would still, sort of shift towards the Interceptor.
Correct, but again, not a comparison.
Exactly, not a comparison. It'll always be subjective, your priorities, where they lie. And I like riding slightly faster than, most people.
I was talking about that also, because I saw you on the rearview mirror that you're following me for a change. So I was constantly thinking, oh man, I'm making Abhinav ride so slow. It's not fair. So I was trying to go a little faster, but then I thought, let me just see his reaction.
So, when I was riding these bikes, I was riding this and you were on this. The way the character is, something struck me. And I was thinking, this is more of a gentleman's bike.
It is.
It does not. And this, the Royal Enfield in general, okay, and this particular motorcycle, it can also be, a bad guy's motorcycle.
Can be a brat. That's the whole
Yeah, that's the whole point. And that's what I was thinking. This is something that the Honda cannot get with this bike. It just can't. It's too smooth. It's too mellow. It's too calm. Alright guys, my phone ran out of space. So, Srini, what do you think? What were we talking about?
So we were talking about that this is a gentleman's bike, but I was saying that there are some people who would modify this extensively to make it look equally badass as this one. So yeah, I was thinking top of my head, the handlebars can be shorter, it can get a cafe racer look as well. So yeah, again, it all depends on person to person what they like, right?
Okay.
Plus I did notice on your house,
Metal.
this is metal.
Metal, yeah.
That's pretty nice.
And yet this bike is light.
And exactly, and this one
Plastic.
could have been, this is already being broken, so
Oh, really?
just a crack here.
Oh,
Because
damn.
there are some debris on the roads that's
Yeah.
go really bad on your fenders and exhaust. I mean, not complaining, but this could have been placed a little better.
Okay.
Because all that thing just comes and hits and then makes dents on your...
Right.
That's okay, not complaining.
Okay, I think we've covered most topics. Anything else? Any last word that you want to say comparing
Any
your
last words?
Interceptor to the Honda?
No, not really. Not really.
Okay, so guys, this is not a comparison, this is not a fight. I think they're both beautiful motorcycles.
beautiful,
They just appeal to different people.
Right.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm Abhinav, this is Srinivas Ganesh. Guys, Srini is one of the most talented people I know. Shri, tell us your Instagram ID please. They really need to check your workout.
Srinivas_Ganesh, and I just create a lot of cartoons in my free time because I like drawing. I love teaching people how to draw as well. So check it out if you can.
Alright guys.
Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you. Bye bye.